so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back. Episode 35, the 3 and the 5. I don't know if that's a gang. Is it? If it is, don't come to my house because you might get your back blown out. I'm kidding. Might get your head blown off. That's what I meant. Help me, Jesus. Help me.
no.
Anyway. But yeah, man, hey, we are glad to be back with another same
before we started, talking about back blown out. You sound
and,
like Rick Sincere, my team, my voice over here.
I mean, I enjoy it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm married and
right.
Bless the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, James, you called it also. All one word.
Yeah. What up, Just James, man? Appreciate you sliding over to the YouTube. If you have not known by now, we are live on YouTube. We will be continue with our continuation faces to stay on YouTube from here on out. So let your friends know, let your people know, let your homies know. They're not the same podcast. It's live on YouTube. What'd you say, brother?
Tell them why we had to do YouTube, bro.
We had to do YouTube because, like my homie Just James said, YouTube is messing up everybody's name where it's saying unknown user, as well as we like to play people's music. And YouTube was blocking. Facebook was blocking us seriously on our normal music and faith show, and we didn't like that. You know what I mean? We want to be able to, with our own music, you know what I'm saying? We getting, I don't know what they call
copyright infringements.
Trying to shut us down for our own music. But you know what? We said we ain't going for that.
No.
Not at all. So we just slid on down to the YouTube channel. We need to go there anyway. We've been plotting on it for years anyway. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Anyway, man, this is the Not the Same Podcast Sports Show, episode 35, as I said. But we need to give a few shout-outs to some important people that help Not the Same Podcast move every single day. Who are they, Mr. Davis?
Hey, man, shout out to our MTMV Sports fam.
Look
Everybody
at that,
over
there
there at MT. What's that? What we do? Hey, perfect timing.
Yes, sir. We do that.
Hold on.
We do it.
Spin nominated MTMV Sports fam.
Salute.
Shout out to our RYC Praise Spin nominated RYC Praise fam. Orlando Page and the RYC Praise fam. Shout out to our homeboy Sam His Hop out in Vegas. Who's Hop? His Hop. His Hop Radio podcast. We on there also. Shout out to Parable Radio. Shout out to Scooter Praise 365 Radio. They also showing mad love. And our homeboy, you know what it is, over at 520 Collective. We want to just shout out everybody who's given us and shout out to 520 Collective. Our interview will play this Friday, the 15th, where both C and I had the pleasure of talking to our homeboy Eric Boston at 520 Collective. So y'all be sure to tune into that. We just want to give all the shout outs to the folks who are nominated for Spin Awards. Once again, RYC Praise, Not the Same Podcast, MTMV Sports Fam. So, yeah, we definitely want to do those things for the folks who are supporting us the same way that you guys support us. That's what it is. What's up, C?
Ditto. What he said. Let's get into what's popping. Somebody tell me what's popping. What is popping in the sports land today? Number one, the NBA Summer League standouts. NBA Summer League standouts. Man, hey, the NBA Summer League is always fun if you are like super NBA fans like me and my brother, Mr. Davis over there.
Yeah,
if you don't love the NBA, then it is not for you because it is not the highest level of basketball. Trust me, it is not the highest level, but there's sprinkled a few high-level players sprinkled here and there, and we're going to tell you about them. Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
So we're going to go through the top five because I know we did a little debate on who should be the top five. Let me stand up a little bit. Okay. I just wanted y'all to see that I got my man, number one pick, Paolo Banchero out of Duke.
Say his name right, brother. If you're repping him, Paolo. You know what I'm saying? Paolo.
Hey, let me tell you something.
What up, Glenn? Appreciate
that one word named Palo in my
He finna get paid. He finna get a payload of money. I know that.
Palo about to get them pesos. How about that? Anyways, he's only
on mommy and on God.
He only played in 2 games before Orlando decided, we shutting this one word down. We have no time for him to get some type of freak injury. But he was averaging 25 and 6 in the 2 games he played. Hey, Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga.
Nice.
Let me tell y'all something. He might be the truth, y'all. Hey, OKC, definitely a play-in spot if nobody gets hurt, because Giddey got hurt last year, but with Shea, with SGA, your boy, Josh Giddey.
Shout out Canada.
And,
he from up there with Mr. G.
He is. And he balling out right now in the Canada games. Like, my man is doing his thing.
Getting big buckets.
He has proven everyone right. And the argument that he should have been number one, he's proven this. He's averaging 14, 9, 2, 3 blocks, and now has the record for most blocks in the summer league game with 5 or 6, one or the other. He holds that record. Number 3, Jabari Smith out of Auburn. He's averaging 13, 8, 1, and 2. If you don't know what the 8 is, that means rebounds for you slow folks. 1 assist, 2 steals. Keegan Murray out of Iowa. He's averaging 21 points, 6 boards.
He played for the Kings. My man, Just James.
James. He played for the Kings.
Hey, that's hope in the future over there, brother.
Hey, he looking nice. And that jumper is smooth, bro.
Yes, sir.
Like, it's like a smooth jumper. It kind of remind me of the, what was my man name? I don't know. I'm not even about the little light-skinned dude that played for the Kings back in the day. I think his name started with
Christie.
Not Christie. The other, Martin. I think his last name was Martin.
Oh, Kevin, with the ugly jumper?
He had the jumper, but it was ugly, but it was smooth.
What up, Higgins? That boy got that, what he got that, what's that dude name? Lonzo Ball? Before Lonzo got that jump fixed?
Yeah, he did. Okay. He had the Lonzo Ball before Ball had the ball. Anyway, number 5, Jaden Ivey out of Purdue. He's averaging 15 points, 4 boards, and 2.5 assists. That's your summer league wrap up right now. And if we don't care about records, we just care about the top 5 and the way that they went. The folks that went before Jabari, Chet, and my man Bontero is proving why they was number 1 and 2, because they was balling out.
Special shout out to my man Jaden Ivey. He was cooking out there till he turned his ankle. Him and my man from Memphis.
Yeah, both of them got little freak injuries, but they shut down for the summer.
Can't remember old boy named dude from Memphis, but anyway, Jaden Ivey, nice man. Like he was kind of electrifying out there, as well as Chet, as you said. Chet is nice. Like he's 7'2" with real handles and a real 3-point shot. He was cooked. Now the first game I saw him play, he was cooking. What's dude used to play for the Celtics? Too tall dude, Taco Fall.
Taco
and
Fall.
I was kind of like, Then he played my team, and little light-skinned Zebo worked him out there. You know what I'm saying? Did him bad, but he played again and still got buckets. So I said, hey man, he dealt with somebody that was like 270. He wasn't ready for that. Not many people ready to deal with somebody 270 and can move and punish you down low. So I got big respect. Good. Oh yeah, he nice. Good. He nice. So I got real respect for my guy, man. I got real respect for my guy.
Big baby vibes from my man from Memphis. I can't think of his name right now, but I think his last name Porter or something like that.
Yes,
but
Just James. We did mention Keegan Murray. We did.
Yes.
See, we even said your name, brother.
Hey, Just James, you wasn't listening. Either that or you tuned off. But this is what I said about Keegan Murray. He has a pure jumper.
Whatever that one word name
21, 6 boards, 2.5 assists. So yeah, we gave you a shout out.
He nice. Yeah, he real nice, man. Salute to Keegan Murray. Real smooth, man. Real smooth player, man. And and then as for that's it. Them the main standouts, man. Everybody else, that's Grizzlies type stuff. They ain't like big time standouts. They lightweight.
That was a standout though. I'm gonna tell you something. That pickup y'all got, what's the big man name? I can't think of his name.
Junior. We'll just say Junior. His nickname
but
Junior.
He reminds
Kenny Lofton Jr.
Yeah, Kenny Lofton. That's his name.
Yeah.
So here's the deal.
Though.
My man got a 3-pointer. He got a mid-range, and down low, he's not scared to bang. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Another cousin in the league. Is it? All right, Mr. G. Johnson. Okay. Who your cousin, brother? Say the name, or is you just saying cousin like us black people say everybody our cousin?
Yeah, everybody our cousin. You black. I'm telling you. You get caught, she was my cousin.
That's my cousin. Right, keep going, till he do something wrong. I don't know that one word. All right, WNBA All-Star Game recap, Mr. Davis.
Man, a lot to get behind this. So Team Wilson beat Team Stewart 134-112. Team Wilson for captain Aja Wilson from the Las Vegas Aces versus Breanna Stewart from the Seattle Storm. Highlights included, listen, man, Kelsey Plum did her thing. She scored 30 points. Getting the MVP. Not only did she score 30 points, she was 12 for 18 on shooting from the field in an All-Star game, winning the All-Star MVP, rightfully so. Sue Bird made her final All-Star appearance. She didn't score any buckets, but she made up in her last season in the WNBA. She's a legend. She's a GOAT. We're going to talk about that GOAT status thing a little later. But She's a GOAT in the WNBA.
Yep.
She played her last one, and also making her final All-Star appearance was Sylvia Foles to put a bow on Team Wilson's win. Had a fast break dunk toward the end of the game to top it off for the win for Team Wilson. So WNBA wise, this is what I'm gonna say, man. We thought the Aces was gonna take over.
Yeah.
We had mid-season. We thought the Aces was gonna take over because they
We
got
did.
Becky Hammond, and they came out. But guess what? Those champions with the All-Star Candace Parker, they're back at number 1, and they looking like they gonna defend and repeat as defending champions. So watch out for that. I got right now my 2 early WNBA finals: Aces versus Chicago Sky. So yeah, that's my WNBA finals pick as of right now.
Side note, people, please do not mess with the WNBA because Sylvia Fowles dunked in the game and it wasn't like a tomahawk and a windmill and all that. Listen, she dunked and she was crunk. You don't see that all the time in the WNBA. The one person that dunked all the time is in Russia right now. So listen, let's not hate on Sylvia Fowles for doing. Look, she did the dunk she can do, and they was crump because it doesn't always happen. I heard some people start mentioning, should they lower the rims down to 9 feet? Don't do that, dog.
Don't do it. Leave it at that's an insult. Like
insult to them, man. They real hoopers, dog.
Let me tell you something. Candace Parker won the high school dunk contest because she dunked as a girl in high school. This is just a little tidbit for you. She won. Did she have the best dunks? No, but she was a female in the dunk contest, and she won because she was still putting down dunks. So, hey, man, she had a fast break. The whole entire her teammates kept dunk it. And she dunked. She didn't blow it.
Right.
So, shout out to her for doing it on the biggest stage for the WNBA, which is the All-Star game as of right now.
Yeah. Now, other thoughts on that coming later because it shouldn't be the biggest stage. But salute to them, and I'm glad they did it. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later. Wimbledon happened. What happened? What happened in Wimbledon, brother?
So my man Novak, the Djokovic, I believe, won his 4th straight Wimbledon. If y'all don't know about tennis, listen, one of the hardest sports to play.
Yes.
Like getting back and forth across that court, you got to be super athletic.
Yep.
I mean, you got to be able to do your thing when it comes to tennis. But he won his 4th straight Wimbledon, and 21st overall Grand Slam title. And on the women's side, Alina Ryabankina, I believe, she won her first title. So there it is for the Wimbledon update. I will always whenever anybody have championships, we always want to highlight that because on any level, when you win the championship, you deserve your flowers.
Absolutely. That's all I got, brother. Absolutely. Just James says them girls can ball if they can beat us average Joes. If they can beat us average Joes easily, they can. Then they can ball flat out. Yeah, I mean a lot of women can serve some dudes. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes be like, man, I kill WNBA. Get out there, see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. You get worked on they light work.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're going to leave it at that. Last thing, 14-year-old deadlifts 451 pounds. How, Mr. Davis? How?
Let me tell you something, man. They got a football prospect. My man is 14 years old, and he's deadlifting 415 pounds. If y'all see him, it looks like they put this – like I got a pit bull, and they got this food called Bully Max. And if you give him the supplements, your dog be all big. I don't give my pit the supplements. I don't want him looking like that. But this 14-year-old, I just hope that they are developing him correctly because he's still growing.
Yeah.
And when you growing and you lifting weights, if anybody knows this, it can have some very, very detrimental consequences if you're developing muscles before your body is done growing. Yeah. And he's 14 looking like a grown man out here. But NIL, I know we talked about $8 million prospect for the old boy from 2023 class.
Yeah.
This dude is probably going to get the highest NIL contract you could possibly think of because he's a beast out there.
Mr. G, Mr. Glenn Murray say, stunning his growth. Yeah, man.
Y'all got to see him.
Like
a man crazy, beast. Man. Yeah, it's crazy looking, man. It's actually scary. I pray. And
so it looked worse than Zion because Zion used to look crazy when he was a kid.
It looked bad, bro. Like I sent you a link. Check the link out. It looks bad, and I pray that nothing happens to this young man, heart wise, body wise, for the sake of him making it to the league to get some money. You dig?
Yes, sir. Let's get into the soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, this is our Soapbox segment where me and Rob go in on whatever we decide we want to go in on, whether it be sports or real life. Rob normally does sports type topics. I normally do real life type topics. We never know what's going to happen tonight. But what we always do know that you got 2 minutes with a timer that looks like this. And at the end of the timer, you hear a sound that sounds like this. Also, what we do know, I always allow my brother Rob to go first. Brother, is you ready?
You know it.
Let's get it.
Definition of GOAT. Greatest of all time. We debated in all aspects in the world of entertainment and sports, whether it be music, whether it be acting. Who's the GOAT? You know, you got Prince versus Michael Jackson. It's going to always be somebody on each side. When it comes to producers, you got Timbaland versus Dr. Dre. Who's real? Who's the sample king? Tupac versus Biggie. Unfortunately, both of these men lost their lives, but it is what it is. Eminem versus Jay-Z. Who has bars, who sold the most product. It all depends on your perspective. Muhammad Ali, his mama called him Clay, so I'm going to call him Clay, versus Mike Tyson.
That's true.
Versus Mike Tyson. Who was better? It's the era. Chamberlain versus Wilt. And the biggest topic that we've heard of late, Jordan versus LeBron. Who is the GOAT? And we even had a guy say the other day, he feels like Steph Curry has officially graduated into the top 2 over LeBron for the GOAT.
No.
Exactly.
Stop that.
Here's what I'm going to tell y'all about the GOAT conversation, because it's so oversaturated now that I don't care who your GOAT is. Somebody's going to always have an argument for who the GOAT is, and it's going to come down to a matter of opinion. If it's championships, then let me tell you people who are like Jordans. I wear Jordans, but Jordan's not the GOAT if it comes to championships, because guess what? Russell got more than both of them put together. So if you want to look at it from championship aspect, that's one way. Oh, undefeated in it. Okay, that's that. Stats. Okay, that's this. This is so many categories when it comes to the word of GOAT that it comes down to opinion. So, folks, please stop getting bent out of shape when you got your LeBron mance or your Michael Jordan romance or whatever the case may be. GOAT, in my opinion, at this time, because it's overused, is just a matter of opinion, even when you look at the stats.
Facts. And that's a fact, Jack. Big facts.
Really,
big
bro?
Facts. I don't know. That's what came up, brother. But that's a fact. All right, what my soapbox is on this right here. How many of you have been to your family reunion or out to eat with your wife, out to eat with your mama, or whoever it is, and you have certain things that you personally just don't like, right? So as for me, I don't really like okra, right? I don't like the way it feels when you bite it. I don't care if it's fried, fricasseed, boiled. I don't care how you do it, dog. I don't like okra, whatever it is. Lamb, I don't care for lamb. I know that's a high specialty meat. For me, it don't work. I don't care how well you cook it. I don't care how well you saute it. I don't care what you do to it. This is my soapbox. Why can't I just not like something? Why can't my brother Rob not like something? Why do you have to try to convince me to like it? Like, oh, no. The only reason you don't like it is because it ain't been cooked right. No, I just don't like it, fam.
Facts right there, bro.
My wife does it to me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And she actually got me on a couple of things. I'll give you one thing I never liked growing up was lima beans, right? I hated lima beans till she made me lima beans. But I always hated okra. She made me okra. I still hate okra. I've always hated lamb. She's made me lamb. I still hate lamb. Is it okay for me not to like something? Is it okay for anyone just not to like a certain type of food? I mean, dog, we don't have to be pushed and prodded because you love it so much. Or, for example, me and Rob have this in common. We don't like spicy food, right? And people that love spicy food can't never tell when food ain't spicy, right? They be like, that ain't spicy. Dog, this is 7-alarm chili, and you talking about it ain't spicy. Like, I don't get it. And it's like, and they don't understand, like, well, it don't have no flavor. No, spice and flavor are not the same thing. Spice is a temperature. Flavor is a flavor, like a seasoning. Why is that so hard to comprehend? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm going to buzz my own self.
Hey, hold on. For everybody listening or who's going to listen, please pray for C, because he just silently cried out to the whole universe that he's tired of being
And I love my wife. She do it to me a lot too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my wife loves spicy food. Don't your wife like spicy food too?
And beyond, bro.
Yeah,
and then she'll try to throw it in there, and then here it is, my eyes watering, snot, and looking like a crackhead.
Now here's something my wife would do. I don't know if Nikki does this too. They slide stuff in like you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they can tell you later, well, you just ate it then. No, one word.
Yeah.
I knew it, and that's why there's this big pile of green stuff on the side of my plate that I recognized was okra or was a jalapeno.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying. So salt is salt. So it's salt, a spice, or a flavor. I think salt is more of a flavor. When I'm speaking of spice, I'm speaking of spicy with a Y at the end, meaning temperature. Spicy food, a.k.a. curry, a.k.a. atomic wings. You know what I'm saying? AKA give me something else. Habanero. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All that type stuff. You can keep all that. Matter of fact, all of it can go to a special place called File 13.
Hey, Mr. G, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was in Montego Bay this past year. Jerk in Jamaica is not American jerk or Canada jerk. I had jerk chicken, bro, and tore it up. It's a type of spice. Now, when we get it, we put spicy jerk on it. When they do it, like their style of jerk is just the seasoning and how they cook their meat, and it is delicious. American jerk, brother, let me tell you something. I'll be in the ER tonight if I eat any type of spicy food. No lie.
I mean, hot sauce ain't gotta be on everything, fam.
No, I can't.
Folks
I
putting
can't
hot sauce on scrambled eggs. Like, dog, what is wrong with your tongue? Why is it so numb? Anyway, man, let's get in debate feud. Let me get up out of here.
Y'all pray for C, bro.
Yeah, y'all pray for me, man. Y'all pray for me, because, you know, I had enough. No, I'm kidding, dog. I'm kidding. I'm all right. All right, man, first subject. We doing debate fuel. We go 5 minutes on particular subjects, and 5 minutes like this. When it's over, you hear a buzzer that goes like this. Me and Rob go back and forth. Most of the time we debate. Sometimes we agree, not degree. Well, we may have degrees, swear. But anyway, most of the time we agree. You know what I mean? But sometimes we agree, other times we don't. We will see what's going to happen today. First question of the day, Mr. Davis.
Yeah, man.
Is Kevin Durant really worth the Nets asking price? Is Kevin Durant really worth the Nets asking price? Mr. Davis, you ready? Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. So Kevin Durant has been in the league, 15 years? I think we kind of talked about this before we started off. 2008 through 2016, 8 years in the league, OKC, no championships. So then he loses against the very team he goes and joins up with in 2016. He wins 2 chips. Now, the team that he joined had already won a chip. He joined them and won 2 more, and they tried to just play Clay, Draymond, and Steph, especially Steph. He gets 2 chips, leaves, go to Brooklyn, 2019 through 2022. Yes, he had the injury or whatever the case may be, but he doesn't have any more. And this is what I'm going to say. Golden State does. I feel like he's a great talent, but I also feel like he's not a leader, and he is not worth that asking price if you don't have an alpha 1A to be with this alpha 1B. Kevin Durant was great because he had Clay and Steph that people had to worry about.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Is he really worth the price? The Nets asking price? Absolutely not. But he is worth being traded for. And let me say this. If you have Kevin Durant and you have a subpar NBA team, let's say a subpar NBA team like the Utah Jazz last year with Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, had one real superstar and one faux superstar defensive player, but really a superstar player, one superstar. If you add Kevin Durant to that team as assembled, wouldn't they be a finals? Wouldn't they be a lock for the finals? Wouldn't you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Add Kevin Durant to my team just like it is. Add Kevin Durant, would we be a lock for the finals?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me name another. Let's go to the Los Angeles Clippers, who has Paul George and my man Kawhi Leonard. Add Kevin Durant to their team, is he a lock for a finals?
Say that one more time.
Add Kevin Durant to the Clippers, who have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Is it a lock for finals?
Yes.
Add Kevin Durant to the Lakers, who have AD and LeBron. Is it a lock for finals? Now, that's an easy one. Of course. Of course,
I don't know.
nah, dog. Nah, just LeBron and KD gonna go to the finals because LeBron will be the alpha.
Right.
But
Right.
with that being said, in that sense, yes, he's worth the asking price. But here's the negative part of it, like Rob mentioned. The negative part is this. This man is not a leader. He is a follower. He got to the Nets and followed Kyrie. Then he woke up and said, man, this man is crazy as a shot rabbit. I want to get up out of here. You know what I mean? I think the best team he played for, minus Golden State, because Golden State has proven, with or without KD, they are awesome. It don't matter, right?
Yeah.
So the best team, he should have stayed with Russ. That's what I think. Because they had Golden State down 3-1. They gave Golden State one of the best runs ever, right? So that's my opinion. Go ahead, brother.
I think if he goes to Miami, Hagens, I'm about to say this. If he goes to my Heat and we don't have to give up everything, you know what I'm saying? Like at
That's
this
the
point,
problem.
I give up Hero and Duncan if I can get. I give up. You know what I'm saying? I give them up.
You can't give up just Hero and Duncan. No, that ain't enough money.
I dig that. It's not enough money, but I mean,
But I would agree with you. If you could do that, brother, in New York minute.
Hey. And then I go get me some veterans on some veteran low salary, and then you give me buckets, Lowry and KD, and you got LeBron, Bosh, and Wade all over again. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the asking price for what Brooklyn wants, he's 35 years old.
Right.
He's been injured and out the league more than once.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit too much. Not only that, my man got skirt tendencies. He's a great player. But he got some skirt tendencies where, give me my ball, I'm going home. You know that one word at the court. As soon as you make him mad, well,
he kicked the ball. Go kick the ball way down the street somewhere.
I don't want to play
Nobody
anymore.
playing.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then run back, mama, you the real MVP. That type of dude. You dig what I'm saying? I love KD's game, but sometimes my man be a little skirtish out here. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna give this a few more minutes, man. I want to answer what my man Hagen said. But see, what any team that trades for KD is not going to be the same team. They had to give up too much to get him, and all those teams you just named wouldn't be the same with KD. Absolutely, that's what I was getting to. It's like, yes, in their current state, they would be great. Like where he wants to go is Phoenix. Is he gonna get to Phoenix? Like, let's say he go to Phoenix and it's him and Devin Booker. Devin Booker is awesome. Yeah. Right? KD is awesome. Chris Paul is awesome. But Chris Paul is almost our age. He's getting up there. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure.
Basketball years, he is.
In basketball years, he old dude. His knees hurting like ours. So, you know, I'm not sure. So what I really think is gonna happen, he gonna stay right there. Whether he want to or not. Because who's gonna pay that? You dig what I'm saying? They said they wanted an all-star and an up-and-coming rookie, like all-star, basically a guaranteed all-star Desmond Bain type dude. Some dude that you think is going to end up being an all-star, whatever. One of these type dude, or CJ McCollum type guy. He ain't never been an all-star, but considered all-star, right? So you get two of those and like 3 or 4 draft picks, number 1 draft picks. Nah, dog, it ain't working. It ain't working.
Yeah, it is. The draft.
And Just James ain't lying. Bro be on Twitter way too much. Yes.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess here's the thing. He wants out of there because they made him mad. Yep. And this is what I will say about the media once again. And I know we're media, but sometimes media try to, coattail how they want the stories to go. Yeah. We don't know the behind-the-scenes thing. We don't know what he told them. Like, look, if Kyrie re-signed, y'all better trade him. If not, I'm asking for a trade. After what he pulled last year. Right. So we don't know the behind-the-scenes. But because he has a track record of doing this, a track record of complaining and acting a certain type of way, throwing tantrums, then, I think the Nets done bumped their head. They're not going to get that. 2 chips out of 15 years, and the 2 chips that he won, he had 2 Hall of Famers on there. Probably 3 if you add Draymond, because Draymond going to mess around and be a Hall of Famer. Come on, man. It's easy to win 2 chips.
And they won when he left and before he came. So, anyway, next subject. Are today's athletes a little too cocky? Mr. Davis?
When we first discussed this, I wanted to say yes, but we not in our younger when we couldn't express ourselves and talk. We in the age now where, of course, I don't think he can beat me. You know what I'm saying? And that the ones who do talk like that, their game proves it. I think you're too cocky when you think you're good, such as Austin Rivers, who thinks he's better than what he really is, and then he becomes the NBA journeyman, showing you you're the same as your dad as a coach. You dig what I'm saying? Like you're blowing it. You have you know what I'm saying? You have 3-1 leads like your dad, and you have opportunities to shine, but don't put any work in your game because you're a little bit too cocky. And that's what I'll say about that.
I'm gonna say yes in some ways. I will point out my own favorite player, Mr. Ja Morant. He talks a whole lot of stuff.
He be on Twitter like KD too, bro.
He be on Twitter like KD too. I don't think he's in his feelings as much as KD, but he on Twitter. He out there and on Twitter streets, right? And do I think are they a little too cocky? For my team, I would say yes because he ain't won nothing yet. Although I love my team, right? But if you ain't won nothing, you can't talk that talk. You got to win something, dog. You got to win something. But these kids, the way they come up, it's like there's a thin line. Like, me and you both hooped, right? I hooped a little bit in school. You hooped in the streets. But in the school or the streets, you got to be a little cocky. Because if you not, it's confidence. Like, and you play better the more confident you are. These people that's like, they don't hoop good. You got to be confident. You got to be a little cocky. So there's a fine line. And when people are young, they get to popping off. You know what I'm saying? No matter whoever it may be. Whoever it may be. So, but I do think, you know, I go to the example of Ja was talking about, he said he'll cook Mike. You know, of course he wouldn't beat Michael Jordan. But we saw what AI did to him. So, you know what I mean? But it don't mean AI beat Michael Jordan. He just shook Michael Jordan. There's a difference in between beating him and shaking him. So as for my guy, yeah, of course he could shake Michael Jordan, but he's gonna beat him. Could he D him up? No. Michael Jordan was a strong dude, especially after New York beat him up for years and Detroit beat him up for years. He was a very strong guy. So, but are today's athletes a little too cocky? Yes and no, in my opinion. I know that's not a solid answer, but to me it's yes and no.
But you got to think about it. You got YouTube reels. You got everybody in your ear. Of course, you know what I'm saying? You got the social media outlets. And let me tell you something. A lot of these dudes, it's like rappers, man. A lot of these rappers that talk this gangster stuff, when you hear people say, man, I met this dude and he was corny as ever. You know what I'm saying? That's how these athletes are. A lot of these athletes have been, they either play a role or they've been catered to through AAU ball so much that they feel like they are this until they get into the league. Now, some of them rise up, such as Ja Morant. Let me tell you something. He's a once-in-a-generation talent. You know what I mean? Him, Zion, with the freakish athleticism that he has, LeBron. Like, we see Steph Curry. You can say what you want to. Ask Trae Young, can he mimic what Steph Curry does shooting from the logo? No. You dig what I'm saying? So look at the percentages. My point that I'm making is you have a few that are cocky and they go out there and back it. Ja backs it up. I will give him that much. He backs it up. AI backed it up. But then we got other people. The rookie out of Indiana, I can't even think of his name. My man, he plays for Indiana. He says he can't wait to get into the league because he going to roast LeBron. Like he coming for the GOAT. Bro. No. I understand when you say you're not supposed to say somebody is better than you.
Right.
But you ain't got to let it come off your lips, and then you put yourself out there, and you play for the Pacers, my guy.
Right. You have that your tail can't cash, brother.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? So some of them are cocky. Some of them can back it up. But I don't know. You get a couple of – Steph can talk noise for the rest of his career.
Absolutely.
He can be cocky all he wants.
Mr. G said, I thought that was a troll story, Ja versus Jordan. It is, and we're going to talk about it in the next segment. Yeah. But there was a part where he said, I think I was cooking. He was lying. I mean, he was laughing, though, and he was talking about, no, he's great, and I understand that. But any player, you ask any player, they're not going to say, nah, he going to dog me. Yeah. People don't say that. Nobody's going to say that.
Let me tell you something. We got a few artists, Jess James, Hagens, C. Yeah. There is no artist out here that we gonna say, "Oh, he'll cook me."
Nobody. We're not gonna say that. Never gonna say that. I don't think there's a man on this earth, and is that cocky? Is that confident? You know.
You know what I mean? But I'm not out here saying I'm better than Jay-Z, I'm better than Lecrae, that's when you become cocky. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that's a cockiness as opposed to saying, I'm not going to say this man better than me. Flat out. I don't care what the sales are. I'm not going to say he better than me.
I would not. All right, next subject. ESPN ran with a misquoted story about something Ja Morant said. How should they be held accountable for this? ESPN ran with a misquoted story about something Ja said. So it said, if you put Michael Jordan in today's game, he's just another superstar. You have me, Steph, Luka, Dame, Trae Young, and then guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis, and Kawhi Leonard. It's not just about one superstar. It's a bunch of average guys. It's not about one superstar and a bunch of average guys. Now, there is some truth to that statement, but here's the problem. That statement did not come from Ja Morant. That came from, what up, D? That statement came from a company called, and y'all got to excuse my French, but it's the name of the company, Ball Sack Sports. So ESPN ran with a quote from a Twitter parody account called Ball Sack Sports. Yes. That's what Twitter did. That's what ESPN did. And all the big wigs argued and debated all day about that statement about saying Ja said that, basically saying that Michael Jordan wouldn't even be a superstar in this league today. He never said that in the interview. But they ran with a quote. Now, my guy has a history. I ain't even started the time. My bad. And my guy has a history of saying some wild stuff, and that's probably why they believe, he probably said that. Until the person that interviewed him, Miss Taylor Rooks, bless her heart, Miss Taylor Rooks said he never said this. Somebody need to be held accountable. So the question is, Rob, because they ran with a story from, I'm not biting my tongue here, Ball Sack Sports, who should be held accountable, and how should they be held accountable for that?
The person who thought they broke the news should be held accountable. But here's the deal. It was news. And not only was it news, and this is why ESPN won't be held accountable, because the twist is going to be this. It gave First Take, Jalen and Jacoby. It gave all the shows that we can even think about. Probably Skip. Probably
they even talked about it too. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shannon and Skip. Like, everybody talked about this.
Skip. I love Chevino. I love him. He dope. Go ahead, bro.
But my point is, put it back up there what the quote was for me real quick.
Yeah, I got you.
There's no lie in that statement right there. But this is what I will say. If you look at everybody in there, this is what I'm going to start taking people out of. None of those people have the dog in them. Maybe Giannis. I'll give Stephen showed it this year. But Giannis and Stephen are the only two that had Michael Jordan type. Oh, yeah, and Ja, he got it a little bit.
Kawhi had it too. When he played with Toronto, he had it.
Yeah, he had some killer in him, but they didn't have that Michael. They didn't have Michael Jackson killer. I mean, Michael Jordan killer. Michael Jordan killer. You know what I mean? So I do believe Jordan still would have been an all-star, but
of course,
the quote is true. It was a bunch of average dudes back then, bro. Think about it. Lakers, Bulls, right?
I get it. Yeah,
I mean, if we talk about that, their six champ, they played Utah twice. That shows it. That's Karl Malone and Stockton, along with Jeff Hornacek. You know what I mean? So that's
and
two
the dude
championships.
got crossed over by Jordan. I forgot his name.
Right. Byron Russell. Yeah. Let's talk about Portland. When they played Portland, they blew them out the water. They played the Lakers. They played Seattle, and what was the other team for the six? Somebody help me out here. My point is, it wasn't a bunch
Phoenix.
of
Didn't they beat Barkley and them? Yeah. Nah.
And all Barkley had was Dan Marley.
Yeah. Okay, this is finna be a real debate for you. Brother, those got Hall of Famers on them. Those teams got multiple Hall of Famers on him.
They do.
Karl Malone and John Stockton are both Hall of Famers.
I didn't debate that.
Dan Marley, I don't know if he's probably not a Hall of Famer. Charles Barkley definitely is a Hall of Famer.
Definitely a Hall of Famer.
The Lakers, Magic Johnson, Hall of Famer. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hall of Famer. James Worthy, Hall of Famer.
They didn't play Jordan. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't play Jordan?
My bad. All right, what's the other one you said? Didn't they play Houston one
Portland,
time?
no, they didn't because
They
Jordan was
played
out
Portland,
the
so
league.
they played Portland with
Portland, so
Clyde
they
Drexler.
played Drexler and Terry Porter.
Okay, Drexler Hall of Famer.
And Jerome Kersey. Like
okay,
I
Drexler
remember,
Hall of Famer.
I was a Scottie Pippen fan. I'm not taking nothing from the Bulls. Listen. Scottie Pippen is my favorite player of all times. What I'm saying is we're getting caught up in because they beat Seattle. Deadlift Shrimp, Sean Kemp, Sam Perkins, Sam Perkins, and Gary Payton. That's four players.
Hall of Famer.
Four players. Who stuck Jordan?
Gary Payton. They didn't sweep him. Gary Payton handled his business. That was like the greatest team ever. I mean, if you didn't get swept, that was a win.
Hey, you're right. And Mr. G, you're gonna throw the Sonics out there, and I just named half their roster, brother. I do this. I was a Pippen fan. Let me explain that. I wasn't a Jordan fan. I was a Pippen fan. When Pippen went to Houston, I became a Houston fan. When he went to Portland, I became a Portland fan. He went back to the Bulls. I was a Bulls fan. I was a fan of a player. So therefore, what I'm telling you is, played against. I didn't say he didn't play against them, D. I say they didn't play against each other for a championship.
Well, with that being said, and when you get through, listen, brother, I agree with you slightly, and I know there's a lot of great players now. There ain't a lot of Michael Jordans, and you said that in your soliloquy. There's not a lot of Michael Jordans. You know what I'm saying? There's not. There's not a lot of people with that dog. Look, even Russell Westbrook had the dog. His talent has left him now. But no, he had it. Definitely had it. But he ain't got talent no more.
Wearing skirts. It went right out. It went right out.
He ain't lying.
Okay. look at Mr. G say Rob coming down with a fever.
Mr. G, tell me how I'm coming. Tell me how I'm coming down with a fever. I'm gonna tell you who came down with a fever. My man said Stephen Curry is now better than LeBron James.
No. That's ignorant. That is ignorant. Steph Curry is great. Steph Curry is great, but he's not better than LeBron James. He's different. Now he is the best shooter to ever walk this earth. Not even close. And he's one of the best players. Now he in the top 10. Now that's for another subject. He's definitely top 10.
No doubt.
But no. Just don't blame him. It's that Duke shirt he wearing. All right, man. Let's get to the last subject before we move on.
I'm gonna lay off my Dookies, bro.
Last one. Why did the WNBA have a Dollar Tree trophy for the All-Star Game MVP? And I have a picture of it. Why did the WNBA have that Dollar Tree trophy for the MVP? Why? Is that Kelsey Plum? I believe that is right there, the young lady.
Yes, like I said, she
MVP?
scored 30 points in the MVP. Yeah,
why, my guy? Why do they have that Dollar Tree trophy? I guarantee you got kids that hoop, that play in the WNBA. I guarantee they got some trophies bigger than that, brother. I guarantee. I got a trophy in the back of this room right now that is bigger than it. What is happening?
For your accolades as a rapper, I was there when they gave
my accolades trophy for an award I didn't even apply for. But anyway, carry on. Why, brother? What is your thought?
This just goes back to what I've been complaining all year long about the WNBA execs and those are the ownerships and not caring about these ladies, man. They bring too much. Let me tell you something. WNBA is lucrative right now. Yeah. They're filling out arenas for what the arenas that they play in. Like they're doing pretty good for themselves, and their ratings are up. And this is before the Brittany Griner fiasco that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good look. You give them this little tiny trophy. Maybe they're trying to super skeet, bro. Like put that mug back up, please.
I got you, bro. A little skeet trophy.
It's like it's like they just came. Like, would you like some tea? Like that's what this mug looked like, bro.
She got that Joker smile too. You know she hating it.
Yeah, but they could have did better. And then maybe they was looking at it from a standpoint of we want to keep it feminine. We don't want it too heavy. I'm trying, bro. I'm reaching right now. Go ahead.
I guarantee all those ladies that play in the WNBA that play overseas, when they win these cups, because that's what they be playing for overseas, them joints be platinum. Them joints be big. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dog. Like that is, listen, I want the WNBA to work so bad. You dig what I'm saying? But I just think the way they run their operation is trash because I do not believe they ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe they ain't got no money. None at all. Like, dog, you can get a better trophy than that. Bruh.
Yeah, it's Dominic actually got a better Eagle trophy from playing at the Y. You dig what I'm saying?
Come on, dog.
It's bro, it's a disgrace, but
Yes.
I don't want to take away from their event. It was a great event, you know what I'm saying? But like James just said, I think the higher up in the league are a joke. Drain the cesspool, bring in
Yes.
new leadership that fully invests into these ladies. I greatly agree with you, James, and the reason being is some folks when this WNBA started didn't think it was going to make it this far.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is 75 years old. The WNBA is 25 years old, folks.
Yes.
Like, think about
Yes.
this. It's 25 years old. It's no longer a baby. It's right there in that spot where, hey, we can make this blow,
Mm-hmm.
or we can damage it because we've lost some teams. The rosters of people have gotten cut. They just have to do a better job than what they're doing.
And they got to have some creative marketing. Like, Here's the thing. The Summer League was in Vegas. Why wasn't the All-Star game in Vegas with the rest of the NBA? They're partners. You know what I'm saying? One team. NBA always be shouting out the WNBA players and all that. Why didn't they just hold it right there? Thomas and Mack Center. It could have been one game. Hey, later on tonight, stay for the WNBA All-Star game. They would have had a lot more people there. It would have been better. It just would have been better, man. Like, they just got to do stuff better. These ladies need a better chance, man.
So I'm glad they said that. Can I speak on what James just said?
Yeah, go ahead.
James says, I'm sure if Giannis was stuck in Russia, the NBA ain't sitting on their hands. The higher ups in the WNBA don't care. Look at Brittany Griner's situation. This is what I'm going to tell you guys. Regardless of how we want to look at it.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner, and I don't agree with what's going on, so let me put this caveat out there. But she took an illegal substance over foreign borders.
Right.
If you and I do it, I don't care who you are. You can't put a superstar in there. I'm looking at from the legal aspect of it.
Right.
I don't care what it is. If it's illegal in that country and I fly over and I end up in customs and they find something from me, I can bring fruit from freaking Mexico back to America. I'm getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I can bring an illegal animal over. I'm getting in trouble. So I don't think it's fair I don't think the WNBA doing enough, but at the same time, laws were broken, and we can't blame the WNBA for that. Do I feel like it's foul? Yes. But I want people to kind of look at the fact that she went over international waters with an illegal substance.
Right.
Anybody getting in trouble for that. Do I feel like it's right? No, I do not. But y'all got to look at it from that standpoint. Because at first I was on that, like, man, the WNBA needed, if it was this person, if it was that person, when laws are broken, laws are broken. And consequences and this is what happens, man. I want Brittany back like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I had to look at it from a legal standpoint. And she went over international borders and came in with an illegal substance. And I said this last week, pray for Brittany, because what they want for Brittany and who they want, America's not going to give away the prisoner that we have for Brittany Griner. And it's
also,
sad.
Yeah, and also there's this part of this, man, is we have to recognize she didn't get arrested in America.
Right.
She got arrested in Russia. And if you haven't been overseas, stuff is different overseas. You dig what I'm saying? Like, for example, 5 years ago, I believe, 5-6 years ago, I went to Germany, went for a tour with some of my homeboys, and I had to land at the Frankfurt airport. Germany is not known for any time recent of being a war-torn type place right now, or people, fighting and all that. You know what I was greeted with when I walked into a country? AK-47. You know, when I got out the plane, at the top 4 corners of the airport was man holding AK-47s. You dig what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like, laws are different in different countries. And one thing that doesn't fly well in other countries, and when you flex, I'm American, we are very hated.
Very much so, bro.
We are not loved. And Let's go further. I'm gonna go 2 steps further. We don't need no animals. Somebody brought those monkeypox. She's silly.
I'm sorry, bro.
But anyway, let me go 2 steps further. 1, she's a woman.
Yeah.
2, she's black. 3, she is homosexual. I ain't speaking on her sexuality. Hey, she do what she want to do. This ain't the show for that. But in other countries, these things make a difference. This is not America, land of the free, home of the brave. A lot of those places, their government buildings ain't getting lit up with rainbows. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not making a knock on whatever you choose to do. What I'm saying is, in other countries, it's not the same. So, shout out to our podcast. But other countries, it's not the same. So what I'm saying is this. Although it may seem, man, she just had a little vial of her vape. Yeah. Okay, but what was in that vape is something different. And just like Rob said, after me doing a little bit more digging, okay, she had to be more careful. And now she ain't got caught up at the worst time. She ain't got caught up with all this war going on. And like you say, this change that they're wanting, like, dog, that ain't finna happen. You know what I'm saying? Mr. G said, I got stopped in USA for speeding a few years ago. State trooper came to my car, shotgun out. Every country different. Yeah, every country different. In America, you can be black and it can happen.
Right. I wasn't even speeding. Like,
you ain't got to be a foreigner and that'll happen. You just be a black.
No, we just messing with you, Mr. G. But hey, but as far as the Brittany Griner thing, because I know somebody brought this up in sports, we also got a different presidency in office. Yes. When Trump went over and got, what is it, Jello ball for stealing in China, and he went over there and got them. It's totally different. We got a whole different prejudice. I'm not big up in Trump right now. That's not what I'm doing.
What it is, though.
What I'm telling you is things move different. Yep. Now, do I feel like she would be back if certain people was in certain places? Maybe. Big possibility. You dig what I'm saying?
Glad you're here, wife. I'm glad you're here.
But the Brittany Griner thing is very unfortunate. And we talk about other countries, but even in this country, even though it's celebrated and it's broadcast, there's a lot of higher ups. Like we talked about WNBA, there's a lot of higher ups that are bigots, sexist, prejudice in so many different ways, racist, whatever the case may be. And Brittany Griner, unfortunately, fits a lot of those categories.
And she is loud in being that too. I'm not saying she needs to be rescued and brought back, but there are consequences for actions. We're not trying to be super right wing right now. We're not trying to be super left wing. We just speaking our mind. But this is reality for any man, black, white, purple. It don't matter. There are consequences for your actions, and there's some places where we would think, well, that person was white, they'd be away from there. It depends on what country you on, your country you in. Some countries that you are American and you ain't getting out of there, and you are tied with the people that who are they fighting with? Ukraine. You kind of allied with Ukraine. You ain't getting back. We need our murderous guy that's been sitting over here for years. We need him to come back. I'm just saying. Anyway, man.
We'll move on. But Hagen's, you're right. They did want the arms dealer, and then there was another guy that they wanted, a big high intelligence guy that they wanted for.
Yeah. So with that being said, if you have not heard, we have been nominated for
Spin
Awards, and we are very, very glad about it, man. And we need your help. Somebody got to put it in the chat. Spin Awards. Just go to www.spinawards.com. Vote. www.spinawards.com. Vote. If I had my phone near me, I would. But we need your /vote after.com. Thank you. But we had a little video about it. Once I find it, here we go right here. So once again, we have been nominated for a Spin Award for this year, podcast of the year. If you would like to vote for us, one thing you will have to do, and you will have to recognize, brother, you're going to have to scroll down because there's a lot of people to vote for. But there's also some of our partners, our homies that have been voted as well. The MTMV, a lot of people from MTMV, our man, RYC Praise, have they been nominated too?
Yeah. So Orlando Page. So we got a couple of people. I'll shout them out for you, brother.
Go ahead,
you
bro.
got RYC Praise, Orlando Page. He's in there for something. MTMV Sports for Best Sports Show, Morning Sports Show. Yep. We got Not the Same Podcast or Podcast of the Year. You got to scroll down a little bit. But there's several folks. St. Louis on Willie Moore Jr. He's on there for mid-market radio personality.
Our brother, The Voice.
The Voice from MTMV Sports for Best Voice on the podcast. He's on there also. Right after ours, if you scroll down a little more, you can get Best Voice, which is The Voice. THAVOYCE, I believe. But
that's it.
So that's it. Okay. So look, like support RYC Praise, MTMV Sports, Not the Same Podcast, The Voice, Orlando Page. These are all the people that we are affiliated with and rebroadcast the Not the Same Not the Same Podcast show.
Absolutely. Brother, let them know how they can support us, brother. If you like what you saw on Not the Same Podcast, this is how you can be supportive. You
can be supportive by hitting our Cash App up, #Not the Same Podcast. Go to the website, notthesamepodcast.com/support. I apologize for everybody. I said it was going to be updated last Friday. I failed. I didn't get to it. I apologize. But you can still go on there and still support your boys. Or hit that like, subscribe, notification button, especially on YouTube, because we are strictly on YouTube and Twitter also still. We still doing
YouTube.
Twitter?
Just YouTube.
We on the YouTube now, folks. So hit that notification button. Hit that like. Make sure that notification button is turned up so you can get the email, the ding, and all that good stuff. So when we come on, y'all can come on.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, before we go, we'll be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. with another Not the Same Podcast. Our music and faith show. Tune in, be ready for that. We'll be live. We ain't got no guests.
Get ready.
What Rob said. You know what I mean? I don't know. Little TD Jakes. Okay, brother Jakes. But I guess he gonna bless somebody tonight. But yeah, man, we back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock with another Not the Same Podcast, music and faith show. I'm C. Micah.
I'm Rob Redeem, man.
We out, man. We see y'all tomorrow night.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we